Should we live, good brother? Yeah, we live. Put it on edit. Yeah, we live. Hold on, let me go to Twitch right now. Twitch. Yeah, we are. Wait, it ain't still ain't changed my goddamn title, but hold on. So I'm at right click copy. We go next gen console. Right click copy. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to my man Mech Near. I don't know. This is Mech Near. McNair CD. Shout out to you, good brother, for following the channel. If you'd be so kind to tweet it out, share it out. You know what I mean? Appreciate it. Really helps the platform. We're gonna have an entertaining show. My man, yeah, we need memes. Why wouldn't I need some memes? Overdone memes. You know, it's your job. Thank you for following Uncompetitive. Shout out to you, good brother. Like I said, as you guys come in, hit the share button. If you share that on Twitter for me, like I said, it helps the platform. Let me post change to the pod. Why does it not change it? Oh, there you go. Change the podcast now. I'm in here with my good brother Neff, my good brother Jay Kratos. What's going on, Kratos? I haven't spoken to you physically in a minute. How everything's like with you, brother?
Everything is copacetic, man. Can't complain. I'm on vacation this week, so it's all about getting some gaming in and chilling.
They say you don't play no games.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what they say. But what are you playing? What are you playing?
That's only bots. Well, right now I'm playing Devil May Cry. I'm still on that Ace Combat in VR. I'm doing that. I got the Division 2 on PC, and I just got it for the Xbox 2. So I double dipped on that. And then obviously I'm on the, when I'm on the PC, I'm on that Anthem. So but this week I'll be back to my normal grind, So y'all see me be more active and stuff.
Okay.
I've been on a little hiatus for the last few weeks.
I see, man. But anyway, we gonna make it happen. We gotta work on that channel. We're gonna bring it, my man. Bought another. My man, this nigga told me he bought another computer. Mass. All right. Yeah, we on Discord. Home something.
Yeah, Matt's the only one with eight PCs with 2080 Ti's in it and still game on the Xbox.
Yeah.
No, shit.
I mean, Matt's only thing he really played on, honestly, I think is Destiny.
Yeah. He's a Destiny.
He got a Destiny crew that he rode with. I think he might have tried Apex or something. I don't know, but not normally.
Yeah, he tried Apex. We kept losing. He never came back.
Yeah, you don't really what you call. But only say, listen, as you guys come in though, you'd be so kind to hit the share button. We're gonna have a little fun here today. Rafe the Imp, shout out to you. You guys type something in the chat. I have never shut you guys out or whoever as I'm cross posting this link.
Yeah, shout out to Rate the Emperor. Also, before people start bitching that we're on Twitch again, remember there is an option to make it audio only if you're having buffering issues. I recommend doing this if your connection can't handle the stream for whatever reason.
Oh, my $12,000 PC too powerful?
I don't know, but people always complain, why are we on Twitch and not on the YouTube app? Just switch it to audio only. You can even listen to the show in the background and use Twitter and shit. Pretty nice.
I thought they knew that YouTube had a restraining order on me. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly, but I mean, we'll see what happens, but I mean, honestly, Twitch has a lot of advantages on its own, guys. I mean, YouTube would charge you to even do that type of stuff where you can listen to the podcast in the background. Yeah. On Twitch, it's free.
Yeah, but that is true. Like I said, you know what I mean. But like I said, we can talk about it. But not to bore the people about the semantics. What's going on with you, good brother? I'm lying. I'm not gonna say I haven't spoken to you. You're my oldest child. What's going on with you, though, good brother? Everything smooth? What are you playing?
Yeah, everything's smooth. Chilling back, playing Apex, getting some more W's. Played Devil May Cry and actually beat it last night.
What? Neff beat the game?
I beat the game last night, right? You can check my achievements, and believe it or not, I also beat the main campaign of Red Dead Redemption as well.
Hey, Neff,
so I'm on the epilogues now.
Hey, Neff, hold on. You don't be beating no games. Now, hold on. What's going on with you, good brother? You beat some games? Now, when does Shadow Dies Twice come out? I know that's coming out soon also.
I have no idea. I just know
that's next week.
Next week? Oh, man.
Oh, dang.
Next week.
Yeah.
Man, that game isn't for me because I hear it's harder than Dark Souls, and while it looks awesome and cool, I know I'm too much of a casual for that type of shit.
Oh, shit.
I'm not even going to front on that one.
Hey, I'm gonna just hold it down and wait for Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
I was talking. I think maybe no. I was just talking like there were so many games coming out. Normally, check it out. Traditionally, we don't get this many amount of games in on the spring. A lot of these games that are coming out were supposed to come out during the holiday season, but they ran from Red Dead Redemption and of course Call of Duty. That they want to be sandwiched between the two. So, what did we get? We got DOA, we got Anthem, we got Division 2, we got Devil May Cry 5. You're getting Shadow Die Twice was supposed to come out this holiday season. Anthem was supposed to come out this holiday season. A few of these games, like I said, that's what, like I said, we feel like we're getting this quote unquote holiday rush. This normally starts around towards the end of September, middle of October. We get all these big AAA multi-plats, but it's like you say, a great time for gaming. As far as gaming news, well, here's a question: when is GDC?
GDC, I believe, is on March 19th.
April and, I thought it's sometime in April, but okay, March.
No, you're right. I think it might be April. Hold up. But speaking of the Division, you mentioned that earlier. Apparently, right now, that's playable on the Xbox One.
Yes.
Know that, yeah.
Oh, the Division 2. Some people are playing it early in different territories.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, if you get the $100 version, it unlocks Tuesday. They 5 hours ahead.
Yeah, and then if you do the territory, you'll be 24 hours ahead. So that's how they're playing it. Yeah.
But if you bought the $100 edition version of the game, you can play it tomorrow. I think it officially comes out on Friday, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
And yes, GDC's March 18th. That's when it kicks off.
March 18th.
Okay. That's Monday. Okay.
The 18th is Monday. God, yeah, March is flying by. God,
yeah.
It's already the 18th. Hold on one sec. So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we've had some more juicy rumors. Of course, we're gonna talk about the PlayStation 5. I haven't spoken to you about the PS5, quote unquote leak specs, rumor specs. Those before we get to the Google news. From what I'm hearing now, this console was supposed to be a beast. Not only that they're teaming up with Sega, we're going to talk on that. But anyway, over the weekend we had another supposed quote unquote leak. How you say there's always three sides to the story. That side, this side, somewhere in there lies the truth. But anyway, this is supposed to be rumored from a dev kit. And like I said, someone the PS5 will be anywhere between 12 to 14 teraflops. I'll get the actual specs in a minute. But did you see the specs? I'm questioning you probably saw them.
Yeah, I saw what you posted and watched your video and stuff like that. Man, it looks like a beast. I originally said that, I do believe that the next PlayStation was probably going to be closer to twice the power of the Pro. So it was going to be somewhere between 8 to 9 T-flops. But now we're looking at, 12 to 14 T-flops. Man, that's... if it's possible, if they decide to do that.
Hold on, I'm gonna bring up the actual specs on the screen.
But these specs look impressive, right? They are fantastic specs. Yeah. But let's be honest, Kratos. This is like taking Z's PC and making it the AMD version. Like, this is a little too much.
That's true.
Like, this is like when you got drunk on the multiplayer podcast and went crazy and shit. I don't know, man. These specs are a little out there for me.
Exactly.
Now, if this is the dev kit, this makes perfect sense then. Perfect.
Yeah. But why would they? Okay, we know the dev kits have damn near twice the amount of memory, right?
Exactly.
So we know that. So we can cut that memory in half. We also know, but the processor, that has never really been. Yeah, that's always been the processor it was going to be. So looking at 3.2 gigahertz is not, or 2.4 gigahertz or whatever it is. That's not too out of the reach for what it's going to be. Look at this right here.
Yeah, 3.2.
8 core, 16 thread, Zen 2, 3.2. Now here's the thing. I'm not convinced that it's going to be Zen 2 or Zen 1. I just don't know.
I got the specs. It says be true. It said CPU. You guys can see it. 8 core, 16 threads at 3.2 gigahertz boost Zen 2. Now what the hell is Zen? Is that the CPU?
That's the CPU architecture, yeah.
Okay.
And that's brand new architecture, so it's totally different from the GCN that they had previously.
Okay. And what else they got? What else? Talk to me.
The GPU, they got the
GPU is what makes me think this can't be it, or maybe it's a dev kit. I mean, that's a lot of fucking power in this box.
I put it like this.
Z would say, that's a lot of mustard on the dog.
Yeah, it would be more closer to 12.6 T flops than 14.2 to me.
Yeah.
I would even be willing to concede that the PS5 may have 12.6 T flops, and maybe the Anaconda, the Xbox version or whatever, may have 14.2. But at that limit, guys, I think you have diminishing returns because this is way more than enough power to run 4K 60. So is how much overkill will they do, especially this being a closed platform?
Yeah.
Right now, we got systems that's 4.2 T flops and 6 T flops are able to run 4K 30 in a ton of games. So if you double that power and add a little bit more, I mean, come on, that's an overkill.
But these are almost dream specs to me, to be honest with you. I think the PS5 might be closer to 9 T-flops, and the Xbox, whatever, maybe at 12. Maybe at 12 at the most. Like, I don't see either of them going beyond 12 at this point. And honestly, even that memory right there, 20 gigabytes of RAM? What the fuck?
But this is a dev kit, not a retail unit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This has to be a dev kit.
16 gigs of RAM, I think that's almost a no-brainer.
That's a saint.
That's
if
a
you
no-brainer.
get 16, yeah.
It'd be 4 for the OS and 12 for games.
Yeah,
and that seems reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, but like, for its pricing, I said before, I don't.
With these specs, guys, let's call a spade a spade. We cannot possibly expect to get these specs for $399 and $499. This is why when we talk
those
last
particular
time,
specs right there, no.
You couldn't even. I mean, if you were to build a PC right now, this would be so far out of the realm of $399 and $499. I just can't see that this being these specs in a closed console would render a lot of PCs useless when it comes to gaming, because this gives you everything you need. This is basically what a high-end PC would need to run everything basically on max settings. So I don't know if the console
right now,
guys
Kratos,
are ready to go that hard. Yeah.
This is a solid $700 box if that was real.
Exactly.
Honestly, it's not even $600. That's a solid $700 box.
Okay, how about this? I'm gonna play the devil's advocate. What if Sony, this generation we got what you call the Pro, and we got the PS4 Slim or PS4. What if they come out from the rip and give us 2 SKUs? This behemoth right here for $600, and give us one, under that for like $400 or $500.
But why would you fragment the market? Because you know what's going to happen. Digital Foundry is going to get a hold of it, and they're going to rip it, and then it's going to just be like the S and the X. Everybody's going to always want the highest of the high.
Well, but listen, that's true. But even you look at Sony and Microsoft, their number one consoles are not the Pro and the X or the S. And
that's true, Z. But that's after being on the market for 3-4 years. Well, of course, that's what that is. Now, if you were to tell me that these specs are going to be for the PS5 Pro, I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. But coming out the gate with these specs, I just for that cost, I just don't see it. Even if they try to subsidize and say, okay, well, we're just going to take a big loss up front in the hardware, I just don't see that. That's too big of a gap. That's too big of a gap.
I mean, if it was 2 SKUs, like you said, the one was $600 and it was something akin to this, I could see that being successful as long as you have the $400 box, because the casual people and the day one people, a lot of them would go for the day one box, and the more higher echelon people like J-Dubs and you, and probably not me actually, would probably go for that $600 box. I could see that, but that's like the minority.
Hey,
let me ask you this:
the one with the GTX 1050 in it, I take that one with the 1050 in it.
Make it affordable.
Yeah. Exactly. Listen. We just as a gaming community, we have to come to terms with what most gamers are, right? And that's cheap. We want PC performance on a goddamn Atari 2600 budget, and that's just what it is. It's always been the case. It's crazy, man. And I'm like, look, guys, if you're expecting this high end stuff, 4K 60. The real 4K 60 uncompromised is going to be more than $399. It's going to be more than $499. They sold us the OG Xbox One. The 1.3 T flops with the Kinect for $500. What makes you think they're going to give you 100 times that power for that price or cheaper? I just don't see it, man. Maybe in a perfect world, but I just don't see it.
I don't know. Sony's very competitive. I could see them doing 2 SKUs, maybe like Microsoft is doing, but I do see them having an affordable $400 box if they were to go that route.
But that's
or if
that's
they don't do it, then it's gonna be middle of the road $500.
Okay, Microsoft doing it makes perfect sense, right? Because Microsoft has already conceded what they're trying to do. They don't care if you got lower specs. They don't care because
they don't.
They really don't have the games to move one way or the other, right? But Sony, they would fragment their market up front, right? I'm not talking about 3 years later after they've saturated the market with the PS5, they come out with something that slightly boosts the performance. We're not talking about that. We're talking about day one. You're giving, you got The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima running okay, running good, but then you have this top tier system that makes it run just excellent, and that gap is just so huge. I don't know, man. That it'll be too messy. I don't see Sony pulling it off properly. They tried it with the PS3, and what happened? Everybody bought the cheapest one, and they phased out the top tier one. That's just what happened.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I mean, we'll have to see how it works.
So we're saying hell to the no for these rumored specs.
I mean, we want those rumor specs. We're just saying realistically, it makes no sense.
If those specs are true, the price would have to be out of the realm of what most gamers would like to buy. Personally,
and that's true.
If they charge $5.99 for those specs, I would buy day one. I think that'll be an amazing deal. But I know as soon as Sony comes out of their mouth on that stage, $5.99, anything above $4.99, it's a wrap. Because people are gonna, in their mind, they're gonna go back to, what was it, 2000? I forgot when they launched the PS3. They're gonna go back to those times when they told people to go get second jobs, and they don't want that. They don't want to dare. I don't think Yoshida and Sean Layden would dare try to do that again.
Yeah, I mean, if they did, then they'll have to do, as he said, this console will be priced at $600, but there will be an entry model at $400, and then people would applaud.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well.
I don't know, but then their high end system is going to have to go toe to toe with Microsoft's high end system.
But listen, we can't forget about Google. We got to talk about that Google.
Oh
yeah, that Google and that controller.
Well, no, listen. Okay, listen.
Hey, they showed that controller. I said, yeah, this system dead in the water already.
I remember I quoted that too. It was like, this ain't it, Chief.
Yeah. Hey, hold up. But it says his rumor Sega is partnering with Google on their next generation.
Oh yeah, Sega. How relevant have they been?
Well,
this is exactly what Google need. I've been saying this. Mm-hmm. If Google wants to get a foothold in the gaming community that, if they want any traction, they're gonna have to go big, and that means acquiring Sega and some of these other huge publishers that can do that. That they're gonna have to have exclusives for their platform. Just having a bunch of multiplats obviously didn't work for Microsoft with the X, and it won't work for Google, Amazon, or Apple, or anybody else. They're gonna have to come out and they're gonna have to say, say, this is what our console can do. This is exclusive on our thing, and this is why you need our service.
And I said the same thing yesterday, and when I think it went with a few people here, and I said, if you look at, just being honest, I'm not trying to be messy here, but maybe Microsoft ain't had the best talent when it comes as far as developing games. But what they did, what they do have is deep pockets, and they came out and doing their first generation with the original, and they money had a lot of shit, even into the 360. And this is most likely what Google is going to do. You remember who partnered with Microsoft, helped them on their console, was Sega. When Microsoft got into the console business, and again, Sega does have a lot of iconic franchises. You know what I mean? I'm kind of over the platformers, and I think Sonic is, to me, in my opinion, is a little stale. But it will be a huge selling point if they come out. Now, rumor, like I said, the specs, they think it's supposed to be more powerful than the consoles that we have on the market today. So, right now the X is 16 flops. So it's going to have a beefier CPU, but they're saying it's going to be more powerful than what we have presently. So right now, I'm on board right now, because this was coming out as another Ouya box or something on par with the Nintendo Switch. Get out of here. But what really has me intrigued about it, outside of the Sega thing, is what Google, or what they're going to do as far as with everything. Google's YouTube. Google's so involved in your Gmail account. Maybe with you can stream 4K 60 straight to YouTube, and you're supposed to be a YouTube content creator, and what just like the things are like endless, what you probably what Google, I'm sorry, gonna probably be able to do with this console. Like I'm excited for that. Like I said, what you feel about the controller? But that was just a mock up. Somebody made an artist rendition.
Yeah, that's not official.
You know what I mean? But that was just going from the patent that got leaked.
Hey, they better. I'll tell you what, they better leave that on paper.
You know
but I mean, I think that's something we could say because we don't know what games Google will be releasing because we won't know anything until GD, maybe even E3. But what we can say was the alluded to is their ecosystem. What can they do with that? Because if Google is able to harvest current influencers and make new influencers because of how easy it is to stream through the console or something potentially, that's a huge win because influencers. It's in their name. They influence all the more these days.
That's
these YouTubers have a lot of influence. So if you can make these bigger YouTubers say, hey, you want to play with me? Get this Google box. Hey, you want to start your own podcast? You want to start being the next streamer? You want to be the next PewDiePie? Get this box. It makes it all the easier because that's what PlayStation and Microsoft tried. And PlayStation, I think, did a decent job. Microsoft fell flat on their face with it. But I think Google could really master it.
Yeah. Hey, what was Mixer before it was Mixer?
Google ain't go master none. This is a Sony industry. Sony is bigger than the industry. They can outstand anybody.
Preach, post up, preach.
They make all the decisions. People follow up behind.
Preach.
Ain't nothing bigger than Sony right now.
Preach.
You know, even though they don't got a data center or nothing like that.
Like, for example,
ain't nothing bigger than Sony right now. They gonna find a way, player. They gonna find a way.
Hey, dude. Right now, you can stream from your PlayStation 4 to YouTube. It's a great feature.
Facts.
What if Google says, hell nah, next generation?
Hey, that may. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That just may happen.
Don't sleep on Google in terms of the back end. They have so much access to what the internet is. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the search engine and the data centers and things like that. In terms of the back end stuff, they have so much control over the internet. It's crazy. And I don't think people realize that from a social media perspective. In terms of technology wise, they can build some things in that box that will probably force Microsoft and Sony to do the same thing. But what I've learned is though, all of these companies know what each other is doing.
Yeah, you're right. They do have ideas.
You might not believe it. You might not believe it, but they all know what each other's doing. And they plan ahead for things like that. You know what I'm saying?
They know a hell of a lot more than us, but Post Up, are you able to see the chat by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay, do you mind reading that bill and answering that question for me?
Yeah, I got you. I know you're trying to set me up for someone that...
No, I don't know any of that shit. Okay. That's you.
Sony may be going with a custom in-house chipboard APU between CPU and GPU, which will take that 8-core CPU and split that 32-bit feed into 2 times 16-bit feeds. By this, achieve higher buffering speeds between the CPU and GPU and have better precedence to overcome overclocking heat development. Is this possible? Just a thought.
Well, what he's talking about
is someone get Post Up his sugar. God damn it, you're mumbling over here.
Yeah, he's
turn up.
Somebody give him an oxtail or something. He's
like what the fuck was that?
Hey Z, give him one of your pills, man.
I get you just did a rap with King Wave or whatever, but man, you need to step it up.
Yeah, he coming here fumbling and just falling out.
Oh my bad, man. I was just reading.
Don't tell Google, guys.
It's cool, man. I don't need
don't
to
tell Google.
I realize I go back and listen to the shows and I listen to myself, and I just be doing a lot of hollering and stuff like that. So I just want to.
That's because you spend 2 hours damage controlling. Damage controlling.
So I critique myself. I'm like, man, Joe, you didn't used to do all this hollering, so I'm just falling back chilling.
You ain't start hollering until they see a thieves came out. You ain't start all that screaming to crack down and see a thieves drop.
So I just want to just chill and talk to the people. But I'm not the only one to understand what he said. Y'all forget he's basically talking background.
He's talking about basically rapid pack math. That's what they did this generation with a lot of things. And
but
going from 32 to 16 bit.
They
that's
still
that
use
way
that,
you get a hard.
They didn't get a significant.
No, they do.
There was
They
some
do.
minuses with that too in terms of the quality.
Well, it depends on
how
the
it
game,
changed.
the engine, and it depends on
Yeah.
how it's enabled. But
Yeah.
games like Formula One 2018 and
Yeah.
2019, they were able to get 4K.
Yeah, I know an
60
indie game was
that.
able to get 4K using that too as well.
Yeah,
I don't know. They both probably go with APUs, but I did hear rumors that Microsoft might have
a dedicated GPU.
a dedicated GPU.
But you do. I mean,
Oh, shit.
you don't
Hey,
know
hold
how
on.
pricey
Hold on,
how
wait,
pricey that's going to be.
Carter's like, oh no.
We're going to have what happened?
Oh,
Pardon me?
shit.
A
Damn.
discrete GPU,
How-
but I think
how
they can
pricey
still
that
go
would
with
be?
an APU. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can't believe. I don't believe all these rumors that's out. It's just something.
There's a benefit to going to APU. You can put all the chips on one die.
Yes, the heat.
Yeah, it's
effectively
more
cutting
cost
the-
efficient too.
Yeah, cost efficient.
Heat consumption too. They talking
Yeah.
about having
exactly.
like I said, it is. I expect both consoles to have APUs.
Yeah.
Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I am not
Yeah.
expecting to have, in my opinion, I know AMD does their T flops different from NVIDIA, but I think both may have to equivalent to a 1070, maybe a little higher. In the closed, that's a lot of most of them know how to do in the closed environment with a much better CPU. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I fully expect the next generation to basically be like my PC next to me with like a 1070 equivalent to an i7 or whatever. That's what I expect of the next generation.
I don't know. I honestly think it's going to be more powerful than that. I'm going to tell you why. Because they're already talking about implementing ray tracing and other things. If they implement that stuff, the sheer power that those systems would have to enable ray tracing at any decent frames and any decent resolution is enough.
Level, though. It
Yeah,
depends,
but you still okay. If you do it on software level, then it got to have a top end CPU, and if you do it at the hardware level, your GPU got to be top end, at least a 2060 to 2070 class GPU. So either way, I do think that these next gen consoles, if these specs are to be believed, is going to give your PC a run for its money as far as what it can do specifically for gaming to price ratio. A lot of us have spent $2,000-$3,000 on our PCs with the GPUs that we have to get the performance that we have. But if you're able to spend $500, $600, $700, hell, even $800 on it, then I think, hey, that's a win-win, especially if you're just doing gaming on this stuff. And then back to what Nita was saying, now you got Google coming out with their stuff. If they're able to leverage Sega, the streaming to YouTube, Facebook, and all of the social media services where they can advertise to you, they can give you game discounts and stuff. Because think about it, they have all your data already. They make money off you whether they know it or not. So Google is the one company that can afford to lose money on the hardware and make up for it on the software and selling your data and everything else, because they already do it.
Yeah.
So you know.
So man, I don't know. Like I said, rumor has it's supposed to be the most powerful console on the market that we have right now. And with the X is at 16 flops, the Pro was at 4. So right now I'm already intrigued. To be honest, I'm already intrigued, and I know it's going to have a much better CPU than these Jaguar cores. So I'm already intrigued. Like I said, like as far as exclusives. Now I wonder again, they're going to do achievements. That's to me like a no-brainer. You know what I mean? They should come out of the gate with that. Even like I said, the whole ecosystem. You know, via YouTube content creator. You know, being able to stream seamlessly from 4K 60 to YouTube with maybe HDR. You know what I mean? I'll giving how you say some type of streaming capability, like what you have with Streamlab, have all it iterated inside the console. Like I think even if it does stuff like that, of course, like you said, believe it or not, YouTube content creators hold more weight right now in this industry than the IGNs, the Kotakos, and what I mean, just regular Joe Schmoes, and they can get some, like I said, the ninjas or the whoever else, on board with this console, and it makes it easy. And they're gonna have, if they have quote unquote exclusives, maybe either from Sony or whoever. I don't know who they may have bought or what they didn't bought. Now, this project, if I'm not mistaken, is called Project Getty. That's outside of their streaming device or Chromecast or whatever else that they're coming out with. This is supposed to be a dedicated static console that they're hope to show the release. We'll talk about March 18th. I think was that Monday.
Yeah, that's Monday.
Are they streaming that somewhere or probably?
It depends. Different vendors like AMD, Nvidia, and all stuff. Even Sony, a lot of times they'll come out and show what they have and talk about their techniques, technology, hardware, and stuff. So, but it starts at different times for the different people who speak. So I don't know. I have to look up online and see.
Yeah, kind of like an E3. But I would imagine Google's going to be there in big presence with their gaming shit. I would imagine they want that streamed. I would imagine so.
And you know it's going to be streamed on YouTube. So.
What GDC is usually for developers.
But if Google's going to announce their console, they're going to have it streamed and everything.
Of course, that's the best place to sell it.
NVIDIA always live stream them talking about their, because they generally talk about their new GPUs and new technology and stuff. It's normally live stream.
Which card just came out? The GTX 2080 Ti just came out. I know the
GTX 1660 Ti, something.
I would say this. I would say this in terms of it's different between corporate technology and consumer technology.
Yes, sir.
All the chips and stuff that they already made, they already got the tech.
Yeah.
Anything that you can think of in terms of these chips and what they said was coming out, what's next, it's already made. They slow feed that stuff to the public. I can give you the latest phone with everything.
The technology is already made. The chips themselves.
Yeah, the technology is already made. It's there. Yeah. They just slow feed. Because look, if I'm a phone company, I can give you the phone with all the features. Yeah. But in the long run, I'm not making enough money. So I can give you the phone and then I can itch you out each iteration a new feature. And I can milk you pretty much in terms of software and hardware. And so these companies with these CPUs and GPUs, they're years ahead in terms of what these chips enable they do. Is that they're just gonna slow feed us and milk us for all the money we can.
I got a question. I mean, for a noob like this, AMD. I don't know much about AMD. Because what's the AMD's top of the line card? Did he have something that passes the 1080 already?
Where the fuck's D-Batch at?
D-Batch
is AMD, boy.
D-Batch, we talking about the 7? What is it called?
I have 120 frames on this game, guys, on my AMD. Fucking video.
Yeah, but he doesn't even have a... I thought D has a 1080.
No,
see what the latest card is.
Yeah, he has a 1080, and I think he just bought a 10.
The Radeon 7 in the.
No, he bought
Radeon 7. I think that's it.
Yeah, Radeon 7. Yeah.
So that's the R7. Yeah, that's the latest one.
Don't forget he's an investor. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he sits on the board. He's
I
in
have
the business
stocks.
meeting.
Exactly.
Whenever they do,
he has stocks, so he has all the latest news.
Yeah, he be conferenced in on every call, so he know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he has life experience, folks.
Hey, y'all don't want my man D to show up in his Superman outfit.
He said, "You
knows anything."
He said, "You cannot tell me shit. I have life experience."
Y'all leave Lee Batch alone.
Oh man, that's Mr. Quotable right there. That is Mr. Quotable.
He told Alex on the multiplayer. You come from a family of rats.
I'm gonna eat your face.
You remember that?
Don't even know about that one with Porter Rock and D-Batch going back and forth.
Hey, Z, you gonna have to get that footage together, man.
Oh
We
gotta chop.
That need to be for a Patreon or something.
Yeah.
What did he say about Porter Rock? He said, "Of course I." What he say?
I finessed him. I did it. I finessed him.
Yeah. Fuck it. I finessed him. He said, Porter Rock, listen to my voice. I eat your face. Listen to my voice.
She went all the way left.
That's how serious it is.
Yeah, I eat your face. I'm like, what the fuck going on
Hey, he said that I finessed him. Like, yeah, I finessed him, and I would have got away with it if you niggas would have said that.
Hey, we were the only ones that didn't let it go. He was mad at us.
Yeah.
He got away with it until we kept bringing it up.
Yeah, that joke is crazy, man. Shit, but like I said, well, before we get the hell up out of here, shout out to my man Big Book 2408. I got a question. Shout out to AP the shooter. I got a question. So, do you give Google a chance, a shot? Would you go?
If they got the games,
What do you want a multiplex?
Anybody that have the games, that's where I'm gonna be. But
Xbox has a multi-plat. Look where that got them.
Exactly. It has to be more than multi-plats.
We have to see. their greatest bet right now is to get to GDC and to get third party on board. That's their main. And hold on, that's their main. That should be their main focus. There's no need of having a system, bringing a new system out with exclusives on it without third party backing you up.
Post.
No.
Third party is what
need third party as well.
Bruh.
Listen. Yes, they need. Listen, anybody.
What happened to Sega when Madden?
Every single console out or ever made has had third party. So it's not about third party.
How are you going?
No, he's saying they can't pull a Nintendo.
I'm talking about
Nintendo can do that.
Look, they gotta get full third party support, and that's one of the reasons why they're at GDC. I know we like these exclusives, but third party games is what really sells.
I mean, imagine if it didn't have EA as supporting. Imagine if EA wasn't there. That would be awful. No Madden.
Our community, in terms of the hardcore gamers who be on this podcast, we are very small in comparison to the casuals. You know what I'm saying? We care about exclusives and things like that, but you got a whole big audience out there that only buy 2K, that only buy Madden, that only buy specific type of games.
They're Call of Duty boxes, and also post up. The way Google's going to do this is how we're envisioning Microsoft and Sony's going to go down the path with xCloud or whatever, but Google's going to make all their games also available via mobile and streaming. So you get to try their games regardless if you want to pay the upfront fee. And then if you're like, wow, I want to play this game native, I want to play this on a console, you got to go buy the Google box.
But let me ask you this.
Do not happens if Madden, 2K, and Call of Duty is not there? I guarantee you.
It's
if
true.
those three games are not there, it's a wrap for that system.
But what happens when you have the PlayStation, the Xbox, Google's, Amazon, Apple's console, or whatever they come out with, when everybody has third party support, and and they also have the streaming capability.
Features, ecosystem, and exclusives will become all the more important.
You know what? That would matter. But they have to get first. They have to get that full third party on.
But they're gonna have some for new
I would imagine Google would have third party support. They need to build that first party line.
But that's why they're going to GDC. That's why they're going to GDC.
If Google comes out and show me Madden in 2K, you're not selling me anything. I'm not going to be interested. But if they come out and show me a game,
sell to you. They know they're not trying to say. You know what you like. You know what pushes Kratos out there to buy games. They're talking about the uneducated audience who don't know what APU is, who don't know.
So you think that audience? You think that they're going to know about this Google Dream or this Google stuff? Like they don't.
Oh yeah. Because in terms of marketing and all that, hey, I'm telling you, Google coming with an open checkbook, player. And in terms of and they can spend some money, brother. I'm talking about they can. Boy, you talking about some money? Google gonna come in with an open checkbook on marketing, and they're gonna come with an open checkbook on trying to ban.
Google doesn't play around. Look at the Google Pixel phone right now.
If they not already banned up, if they already not approaching developers.
Hey, post look at the Google Pixel phone right now. That thing's a competitor these days. But all right, let me pay the bills. Overdone memes with the 50 bits. You can almost see the extinct Xbox community when inside Xboxes tomorrow and nobody's talking about it. Not even our friend here, Post Up, is talking about it. And AP the Shooter with another 50 bits. What if Google's come out with an exclusive game that Xbox and PlayStation can't fuck with, and it's fire? I'll buy the box before the Xbox 2. I told y'all Post Up is gonna be loud before the show ends.
Look, no, I'm not gonna get loud.
No, not loud.
That's a possibility that they can. We don't know what they've been doing behind the scenes in terms of purchasing and things like that. I think if they
Tim Dog alluded to the person
in
in charge of their games. He's up there. He knows what he's doing apparently.
Yeah. And ain't no telling what type of relationships and connects he had. I see the thing that their partnership.
AZ, you can't get that shit. At least I can figure it out.
So I mean, it's a possibility. We can't assume that a company like Google won't.
You're not supposed to
put themselves in a position where they could come in and be successful and not succeed.
Yeah, there's a different path.
I know it's an uphill battle. It's still going to be an uphill battle compared to what Sony and Nintendo and Microsoft have cemented in terms of what they've been doing over the years. But if they could come out the gate with impressive technology, impressive visual, and some dope content, then even people gave the Ouya a try. So you know what I'm saying?
Oh man, we don't want to talk about the Ouya. And people here in the
Ouya
chat,
try.
we're not saying Google's going to come in here and kill it, but we're just being a little bit more optimistic because we know the gaming community is ready to shit on this thing. All right?
No, I'm gonna
look at that controller. We're ready to shit on it.
If this motherfucker come out right now, I'm gonna keep it fun. It's a no-brainer to me. If it's releasing this year, right? If it's say shits and giggles, and it's more powerful than we have. Now, to me, it'd be a fail if it comes out next year, and it's barely more powerful than of course we're gonna get the PS5.
Yeah, that would be a fail.
We know we're gonna get the PS5 and the.
Man, I gotta get that Devil May Cry 5. Every time I see you playing,
yeah, shit crack.
I know everybody says it's fire.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I've been sitting
this
all
thing gotta come out.
It
gotta come out this year, and if the games look graphically, you know what I mean, like oh shit, like better than what we used to playing. That's the you know what I mean. That's you know what I mean. That's you know what I mean. That's and it got great features and like achievements.
Well, we know what you do, what you like. They can get you easy. You're not.
I have a problem with
you're not that. You're not that hard to please.
No, I'm not. Man.
He's calling you out, jeez.
Yeah, you know they gonna get that $500 from you easy. Yeah, take it.
Facts.
Yeah, take that damn thing, man. Let me go ahead. Let me become a Yeti fanboy. It's over for Microsoft. You know what I mean?
We're gonna see.
What's the huge ready to be? What is it, the Madbox fanboy or some shit?
Yeah, I forgot we got the Madbox coming out. We got so much shit coming out.
I think we're gonna get some specs too. GDC is March 18th through the 22nd. So
Monday.
Yeah. So, if it's a nice.
Oh, actually,
box,
I have that Monday off. We're gonna do a stream on that one.
Yeah,
and I can believe that Google is in a position where they can release some powerful hardware and take a loss.
No, but here's the thing. Like I said, rumor has it that I mean it's going to be more powerful than what we have now, which is also in the market now. Above what we have right. So like I said, the X is already 6.
Yeah.
The Pro was 4.
Yeah.
This might come in at 8.
I think it's gonna be a little bit more.
7, I don't know, man. That's a tough sell at that point.
Well, I'm talking about 800. I'm talking about 8 T flops.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
You know what I mean? 8 T. I wonder who they partner with.
But do you know what's scary about Google? Yeah, now they need to build a first party lineup. That's going to take some time, but it's their ecosystem that's more scary than anything because of how dependent you are on Google. You go to YouTube every day. You would listen to these podcasts on YouTube and shit. Like, all that shit's interconnected, Gmail and shit. I think Gmail's probably the most popular email.
It is.
I mean, Google has a huge ecosystem if they can implement it well. That's something.
I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a console at heart, but with Chromebook-like features in terms of
I do too.
access to all of Google's services. From that one device, you're not gonna need a computer or anything. You're gonna be able to do everything from that one.
I think
device.
it's gonna be a very casual box, like MM2K alluded to. I don't think this is gonna be like the hardcore OG Xbox box, but this is gonna be probably more of a casual thing. Yeah. Like I think that's a market they're heavily going for, which obviously that's every market goes for the casual, but still, it's not gonna be like the OG Xbox. I don't think. But rate the Emperor with the 50 bits. I can see the day bots switch to Google as their new savior. Sony against the world, joking. Shout out to the panel, even that FN post.
Hey,
I'm back. I know y'all missed me though. I'm back.
Hey, I can see it happening too. I'm gonna see the new place to call home. All right. I can see it now. The console war gonna heat up all over.
I mean, me and Z had quite a good behind the scenes with a certain Xbox YouTuber.
Y'all y'all got a question.
I got that thing already recorded. That's going up on the Patreon.
Yeah, but we had a very good behind the scenes there. What if it might be the last generation? All right, that's all I'm gonna do too.
Y'all got to question Z integrity. He gonna swap that PlayStation for a Google shirt. That boy gonna have Google everywhere. Google web browser.
Z's the real life Homer Simpson. He goes back and forth in the bush, pulling out different shirts.
You gonna have custom hangout shirts. Say, come hang out with me.
Hey yo, you know how I'm rocking. How with the super chat rocking. You know what I mean? We're winning the console war. I told you. That's why I play with him.
I've been rocking with Google since 2012 with my YouTube channel. What do you mean?
You gonna say whoever winning, I'm winning with him.
I'm rocking on him since day one.
No loyalty at all. Whoever winning, I'm winning with him.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about.
That super chat rolling.
Oh, yeah,
it's saying if you lose it, then I'm choosing the.
And blame it all on Phil.
Hey, look how he plays Gears. Oh, Net Squad won that one. All right, let me switch over.
Hey, he gonna be sitting there with a Google hat on, a Google shirt, talking about Phil did it. Phil done this to me.
Fuck that water. For real. Speaking, we ain't been on Gears in forever, man. God damn.
I need to play some Gears. I wish
Microsoft wasn't so damn tight-lipped about Gears, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Gears 5. I'm looking forward to that. I hope the multiplayer is even better.
I guarantee you, and I've said this before, it will graphically, be the most graphically impressive, one of the most graphically impressive games of this generation. I'm calling it now.
And once you saw the PC version of the game, Post, ain't the Xbox version?
You don't know if that was the PC version.
They said it, Post.
You don't know.
I did a video. This thing was
you said Anthem was the PC version.
Hey, yo, they said this thing was built from the ground up for PC. They said this thing was built from the ground up on PC.
You know what? It's built from the ground up on the PC, but it'll look fantastic on the X. I mean, that's all we can hope for at this point.
Yeah, because that Anthem looks so beautiful.
I mean, do you really want them to say this was built from the ground up on the Xbox? Do you really want them to say that? It's gonna look even worse.
We already know that, though. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Neff, I'll get over there, Neff. Right
there was like this. Yeah, you got it. Okay.
Let's see.
That Devil May Cry series, bro. I'm telling you, you're not even gonna notice the hours fly by when you're playing that one.
Yeah, I know. I've been seeing a lot of people tweet about it, man.
Yeah, you could beat it in 2 days, legit, if you just want to sit there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They say Z playing on easy.
I thought I was playing it regular. I don't know. I'm just playing.
If you're playing on human, then yeah, you're playing on easy.
Oh yeah, fuck it, I'm human.
I recommend playing that game on Devil Hunter, by the way, because I did play on human as well, and I think it's far too easy on that difficulty. So I'll replay it on my PC on Devil Hunter. That's what I would recommend doing.
Oh.
But you get to learn about the origins of Nero. I'm not spoiling anything, but you do get to learn about his origins, and the story picks up.
Which one is Nero?
Nero's the guy with the white hair with the arm and shit.
Oh, I like this nigga with the cane.
I mean, you like him because he's so easy to use.
I just like his move. He's slick. You know what I mean?
To say, like, you get an S rank all his missions with no trouble. Yeah. You just spam Y and B. That's all you do.
Yeah, this crazy.
Or Y and X, one of those.
Damn, look at this shit, yo. This shit crazy, yo. This engine crazy.
Yeah, and then you press LB to summon your shit. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, man, that shit crazy.
I can say this, man. Like, towards this gen, these games are really starting to pop.
Hey,
but that's how you always do.
Yo, he said AP the shooter said, "Hey, Indian, he got permission to say."
I'm not comfortable with that.
Hey, I thought Neff was white when I first started talking to him.
Hey, no, Z thought I was a spy for the longest time, and then he learned I was Indian. He's like, "What? No, this must be a fucking spy. He's not even white."
So he called you an Indian and a spy. That's crazy.
For real, I thought Neff was a double agent, man. I didn't see it all on YouTube, bro. I didn't see it all.
He's like, I've never seen someone fake an accent. What the hell's this?
Should D do it all the time though?
We don't know where D's from. He's legit a mystery.
Yeah, for real.
The Division 2 playable right now.
Supposedly, yes. But I think that's because of the region they put it on. Like, because, New Zealand's like about 24 hours ahead. Well, not 24 hours, but they're ahead of us.
If you got the $100 version, I know you can post it.
Yeah, because technically you play it by Tuesday, so in New Zealand it's already that. They do shit like that.
Last of Us Part 2 game info has leaked.
Well, what's going on with The Last of Us 2?
30 hours of gameplay.
Which is believable.
Let me see, hold on.
If you do all the side quests and shit, yeah, I imagine you can get that amount of time off.
30 hours of gameplay story, 25 hours.
Because God of War, if you just play through the game, it's about, 12, 15 hours. If you just play straight through and not do the side quests.
Yeah, so it's like 30 hours of gameplay.
But it's a lot longer if you do the side quest.
I guess that's the story. 25 hours as Ellie, 2 hours as Ellie mother, 3 hours as Joel, Ellie and an unknown female character sex scene censored in the U.S. version. Online multiplayer shade drove character DLC will be sold separate.
Oh, damn. I mean, they ain't saying about the multiplayer?
They said online multiplayer, but they ain't getting into it.
Oh, shit, man.
The Last of Us has a lot of potential with its multiplayer, in my opinion. Yeah. I have a lot of potential with that.
Yeah, man.
Better than Uncharted.
That's gonna be game of the year.
Yeah, it will be. I'm not even gonna fight that one. It will be game of the year. The only thing that might put it off would be if Cyberpunk did come out that same year as The Last of Us. That's the only thing that could fight it.
Cyberpunk is gonna be out the next year. They said next generation consoles also.
Yeah, exactly.
So that thing ain't coming out till next year.
Do you think The Last of Us is really this year though?
Yeah.
Like October, like they said?
Yep.
You do?
Yep. They think it'll be out this year. They said rumor like that ain't Ghost of Tsushima. But we shall see.
I don't know. I mean, I could imagine it early next year, but they could do it October. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, because Sony does need another game, so I mean that works.
Yeah.
That'd be what is it? Not Death Stranding. It's what the Days Gone and The Last of Us 2. Yeah.
Days Gone come out next month. I think the 20th.
Days Gone looks awesome, by the way. I don't know why that game got so much controversy.
Yeah, I don't know. That was probably the hate from the bots, man. Shit, no, man.
Yeah, no, it's just like it had some bad first impressions, and the Xbox really took advantage of it. We failed with Spider-Man, but we'll get Days Gone, damn it.
Man, they put Master Chief in what's her name?
Yeah, and Jump Force is hilarious.
What? Who did
That
this?
mod's awesome. That's a mod, yeah.
Man, that's dope.
It's dope as hell.
That's crazy. I don't know.
Hey,
Hope
post up
Days
if you like
Gone
that.
don't have that
Master Chief in Super Smash Brothers. Pause.
I hope it don't have that Yakuza effect. For them PlayStation fans that's on Z about playing Yakuza, Z tried. He really tried. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Hey, post up. Notice after he played that, he's like, "Well, my PlayStation died for like 2 months."
Oh, shit.
Hey, that he went back to that game yet.
Yeah,
Yo, he ain't returned to that blood boy.
Yeah, blood going hot, man. I got so much shit coming out.
Wait, hold up, man. You can't even expect him to go back to Bloodborne. There's no way he could beat that anyways.
He was on the Yakuza. It was about 30 minutes in, and he was still on the cutscene.
Hey, you can slowly see his soul crushed as this game kept going.
Yeah,
he's like, is this ever going to end?
Yo, I'm going to be honest. You know what killed him for Yakuza? This is not a bad game. It's the goddamn dialogue. You gotta read. The
dialogue, the lip syncing was off.
You gotta read.
Hey, that story looks like it's all over the place, man.
Yeah, you gotta let. Man, they should have English goddamn stuff. You know, English speaking, man.
Z was sitting up there like, damn, when this cutscene over? This time. He say this cutscene still going. I swear it was like 20 minutes in. Hey, he had one action scene in about 30 hours. About 30 minutes of cutscene. I was like,
and he was so in the chat rolling that day.
Hey, yo, he was so into it with the fight scene, yo. Yeah, this I can dig this. Who out the man? Got that Tekken feel to it. Boy, after that little one fight scene.
He never went back, and his PlayStation apparently broke.
Hey, he was just holding the controller for like 25.
You know I need glasses. I'm trying to read that shit on screen. What the fuck going on here, chat? Oh, hell no. Hey, for real.
Hey, so when I bet you they'll bring up Yakuza in the chat no more. When they do, he do not respond. Hey, y'all will get him again with that one.
But you know what? Hold on. We won't give Z a shout out. He went a little out of his comfort zone and he tried a few anime shows. I think you said you watch Death Note and Afro Samurai. Yeah. So shout out to Z for trying something new.
Yeah, I did do that. He loves Sony, yo. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Let me ask you guys a question before we get the hell up out of everybody in the chat. Are you guys willing to give Google's new console a fair shake? They talking about in the chat, you know what I mean?
All right. Oh, are you willing to give the Google console a chance? Is that what you asked?
Yeah, I'm asking motherfuckers in the chat. But what you guys? What you guys picking up? To me, it depends on the specs.
Yeah, it depends on what they're gonna be able to offer.
To me, it depends on, like I said, the specs. If it's more powerful than the X and the Pro, sign me up. Right now, sign me up.
With no games, huh?
Well, they gonna get the games. That's coming, bro.
Oh, so you can't give Microsoft that same energy, huh?
Nah, Microsoft.
What?
Microsoft's been in here for like 20 years. Nah, we're not giving them this.
You see the games they've been putting out, man. Shit, you see the games that Microsoft been putting out, man.
This boy say he gonna buy some hardware and no games. Say the game's coming, but won't give Microsoft the benefit of the doubt.
Hey, bro, you see the games they been putting out?
This is y'all king right here.
Hey,
Do y'all hear y'all king right
you
now?
see the games that Microsoft been putting out, though? So do you blame them?
Fire.
State of the
Fire.
King, Voodoo Vince, Lucky Tales.
Fire.
Yeah, shit's
Fire.
Straight dog shit.
Zoo Tycoon,
shit.
fire, boy.
Hey, Z,
You can walk
we're
around
having
and do
we're not having another Garrett and you moment over here in the chat. They don't believe I'm Indian. I remember I was in the party chat with Z and Garrett that day. Like, hey guys, I need to take a leave of absence off Beastfire. I'm heading up to India, you know, for my sister's wedding or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
and then
that
they're
shit.
like, wait, what? Why are you going all the way to India? Damn, that's far. I'm like, because I'm Indian.
Oh,
and they're like, oh shit! Hold up, I thought you were white.
Yeah. I thought
They didn't. They had no idea. They're like, oh shit!
Yeah, that was around. That was that before 100 when he was sleeping with somebody over in the broadband bullies.
I think that's probably about a month or so afterward. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Now, how you attack with this big guy? How you attack with him?
You can't. He does. He attacks by himself.
Oh, this big dumb.
Yo, Von Toon.
Yeah, he's gonna miss a lot.
Von, until you beat me in MK on the PlayStation, man, you can no longer speak for the PlayStation Nation.
I hope
man.
that new MK has crossplay, so Vaughn can shut the fuck up about that.
He can no longer speak for the. I ain't even play Mortal Kombat. It was my first time playing MK on the PlayStation,
Yeah,
and I still whooped his ass.
yeah, that was an embarrassment. But guys, even Sean is also Pakistani, but he doesn't sound Pakistani, obviously.
Yeah.
I know. Gats, come on, he does sound like a foreigner. Kumar.
Can't get over they call him Kumar.
Oh, Kumar.
Yeah, that's why him and ET going on that bike. They going straight to White Castle.
Going straight to White Castle. Shit, man. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to everybody in the chat. If you have yet to get, I got a long way to go in this Devil May Cry.
I'm a scroll.
Oh crap! Von say, "Hold on, y'all let Alex talk for ponies, and he beat no games."
Oh shit!
Oh man!
Hey Von, ain't you from New York City, Von? I think Von junk ass from New York.
Yeah, Alex gonna run down on him.
But I mean, I moved to America at like the age of 2. That's why I don't really have the accident shit.
Yeah. Oh,
Actually, neither do my family. Yeah, I moved here when I was like 2 to New Jersey.
Oh, you lived in Jersey?
Yeah, I lived in New Jersey until I was about 4, and then I moved up to Vermont.
What city you was living in Jersey?
I don't even fucking know. The one with a bunch of Indians.
Probably Passaic. Not Passaic.
Yeah, probably. Probably, I think.
Oh my god. What the fuck? So
You got to use that?
There's like a part in New Jersey that's just full of a bunch of Indians.
Yeah. Oh my god. Piscataway. A lot of them from Piscataway.
Nah, Von say he not from New York.
No. Oh.
There's part of New Jersey like that, Texas, and even Montreal, Canada, or whatever. They have a lot of fucking Indians up there.
Yeah. We gonna shout out to everybody in the chat. Overdone and Stonewall, 1887 Heath. The out my bookers, we about to get a body here, man. I'm feeling this goddamn game. I don't know stories much because I muted it, but I know my man started with one arm. I beat the first 2. That was on the PlayStation 2, and after that,
Right now, that guy V is getting the Sword of Sparta.
One thing I didn't like about Devil May Cry kind of turned me off. The older ones, you would go an hour forward, then you got to go backtrack and go all the way back. I hated that. You know what I mean? That's one thing I hated about Devil May Cry. You had to go forward, and then you had to go back. I hated that shit. You had to keep forward, up. You know what I mean? Who that down there? Dante? Who the hell's that?
Yeah, that's Dante.
Oh, Dante dead?
Nah.
Oh.
Leaving.
Hold on a second. Yeah. Yeah.
What you want to do for dinner?
I bought Johnny's.
The hell's Johnny's?
Piece of power.
Oh.
Piece of power. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
First dude in the hood with a shrimp fried rice piece of puff.
Jay, first, if you ever like to replay games, then yes, but I'm not sure if it's worth $60. You go through it really quick, though it's really fun. Like this is a game you would replay and shit.
Road Rash, they got a sort of remake on the Xbox called Redemption of the Road. Yeah. Damn, look at this, man. Listen, man, ask you a question, ladies. How you guys like the visual of my new stream? Man, I don't know if it's my PC or my Capcom, but I think my streams are much clearer, man. Much clearer. How do my mic sound? My mic sound good. I done spent all this money. I got a Yeti, $150 hookup, and I think my mic back working. How do I sound clear? My mic. Before my shit was
I mean, you sound clear to me, but yeah, how do you think he sounds, chat?
My shit was low. I done spent all this money on the Yeti and the boom stand, and then I might send that shit back to Amazon. I think my shit back working.
Big boy, a man, huh? If I don't return, you must run by yourself.
Yeah, that comes out next Tuesday. I'm gonna try to get that,
You
man.
must change your name. Forget your past and start a new life.
Sekiro and the game looks fantastic, but I mean, for me, they need like a baby mode or something. Like, there's no way I'm beating that game. If it's actually harder than Dark Souls, like they said.
They said my voice real clear, man. I might keep what I got. So now this shit back, man. So this is better than YouTube. Well, listen, I don't. Well, like I said, as far as I got a new PC, I got a new capture card. My capture card 4K 60 HDR too. You know what I mean? Well, this game looks bananas. Innocent on my OLED. This game looks crazy. The game looks bananas, man.
I thought you were gonna shish kebab me.
But I guess we'll end the stream and we move over to the Xbox and play some Devil May Cry or something, or what's going on?
I'm here. What was clever, man? I'm here already, man. Listen, yeah, your Ron Paul. Ron said, yeah, your voice sounds real clear, Z. Yeah. Ron, get your drunk ass out of here. Yeah, King Baker, this shit off the hook, man.
Right, sunshine.
What I'm gonna do is, though, you late. Listen, everybody stay here right now. I'm gonna end this stream. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna end this stream, right? For the show can be over if I can cap it. But we're gonna talk about this some other shit too, though. We're gonna end this stream.
Defeat yours, and then I never would have dreamed.
Ultra 4K, yeah, this shit crazy, yeah.